And it is a path to winning that's based on pragmatism over ideology. That's how I would synthesize it. And here's something that you wrote in the book. You write, we have to stop electing amateurs in primaries who serve as little more than ideological indulgences, who exploit resentments that play well enough among the base, but whose positions make them non-viable in general elections. And you heard Chris Christie say this morning, this has got to be a strategy that's about winning.
It's got to be about winning. And when you say...
more than argument, more than just the argument.
More than argument, and it can't be about just the ideological indulgences. We can go through so many Senate races over the past 2 elections. And we time and time again have selected people that were amateurs, that weren't ready for prime time, that everybody knew we're going to lose the general elections. And it can't be about petty resentments anymore. We have to think bigger. We have to come up with our own agenda, a bigger plan like we did, like Reagan did, like Ike did, like we did in '94 when we got elected, and took back the majority for the first time in a generation. But there also has to be this understanding that Americans are conservative with a small c. They want somebody who's ideologically conservative, but also moderate temperamentally. Ike was that way. Reagan was that way. Nixon was that way. There's a reason why we used to win 49 state landslides, and now we've lost 5 out of the last 6 elections in the popular vote.
Is the argument just about compromise? Is it just about moderation? No. Or is it about seeing the political reality that Americans at some level want government to play a large enough role to solve big problems?
Yeah, right. And it's not about compromise. It's not even about ideological moderation. It is, though, about political moderation, understanding that you've got to be relevant to the center of America. Republicans, I mean, people forget this. We used to be the party to beat. Every 4 years, Democrats would pull their hair out because they knew we were going to figure out how to reach the middle of America. Now, during the Cold War, we did that because people thought we were the strongest party to do that. During George W. Bush's, re-election in 2004, when Democrats were sure they had him defeated, Americans trusted George Bush more, thought that he was at the middle of America more. We've lost that. We lost it in 2008. We lost it in 2012. And I say this to my very conservative friends. We've got to figure out a way to move forward together, or else you're going to have Hillary Clinton for 2 terms, and you're going to have Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton picking Supreme Court justices for 6 years and shaping the way that our federal government's run. But that will transform government for 50 years. We've got to unite.
The nominating wing of the party, which is the Tea Party face right now. It is Ted Cruz right now. He gets huge,
But that's not the nominating wing of the party. Those are people that, those sort of candidates that we had in 2012. You see it all the time. They come out early on. The media loves to talk about them for a year and a half. They go out and they do pretty well in Iowa. They do pretty well in New Hampshire. And then when the snow starts to fade away in Iowa, these candidates start fading away. They turn south and they go back to the Midwest. And they never win. But that is the focus. Our brand's been battered over the past year and a half, and they've been battered by a lot of these people. Again, I go back to it. Forget their ideology. They're political amateurs. I had some good friends that were at the center of this shutdown strategy. I disagreed with them, not because of ideology, just because it was dumb tactics. As I said to a good friend from Texas, I said, it's like running up the middle on 4th and 31 because you think it makes you look like more of a man. No, you're going to lose. Punt the ball.
The book is The Right Path by Joe Scarborough.